And we're back, Rude Nation. 10th of the month. 10th of November. I mean, it's Tomvember.
The 10th of the month of the 11th month.
Yes, the deadliest month of all. But it's actually Tom's birthday today.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, Tom.
Thank you.
There's no buttons not near me, but I don't think there's any appropriate buttons. They're over there.
They're over there. Oh, there's a
Hurdle, but it's Tomvember.
Yeah.
Tommy's birth month. It's tough to say. 10th of the month. This will be released on. But what do we got, Tom, for our all X-Men year? 60 beautiful X-Men years on this earth. And you've lived a great part of that, actually.
43
almost 2/3 of that
years.
part. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got for the Special Boy Special Birthday Month Top 10 X-Men All Year Edition?
So this is just my top 10 moments in X-Men history.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Love it. Keep it going.
Yes.
Keep it 10 minutes. No particular order, obviously. The Onslaught reveal of finding out who Onslaught was,
Yes.
who the real traitor of the X-Men was.
Right.
Because when Bishop came back, he was pointing fingers at Gambit.
Naturally.
And
Reverse racism.
Yes. And it turned out to be Xavier.
He was right. Technically, it was the white man.
Yeah. Wrong white man, though. Apparently we all...
X.
Yeah.
God damn it, Professor X.
God damn you.
What? That's one of the things... we'll probably have to talk about this on an actual episode of the podcast.
Sure.
But, I remember every time an issue of Wizard Magazine talking about all the mysteries of the X-Men. And this was before the Third Summers Brother reveal, before Wolverine's origin was revealed, before the X-Men traitor was revealed, and all these things were ooh, who's the X-Men traitor? Who would it be? Was it always going to be Professor X?
I don't think so.
It's editorial. They just like to leave things open.
Yeah, I don't think it was always going to be Professor X.
Right.
But that was a really holy shit.
That was a holy shit moment? Okay, because obviously I'm a big Onslaught reader and fan and all that stuff, but I don't have much weight to the X-Men. Yeah. When you tell me it's oh, Professor X is the villain, I'm like, okay, cool. At the time, it wasn't 40 years of X-Men, so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Next up is Giant Size X-Men. Now, I read...
Okay, the reveal of Giant Size X-Men.
Yeah,
nice.
the new roster, and the introduction of Storm and Nightcrawler, Colossus. Banshee was introduced.
Around,
Thunderbird. Who died on their second mission.
That's what happens.
Wolverine, who was around for a while, but he was now part of the X-Men officially.
But this was big because it was a reinvention of the X-Men. Because the original Uncanny X-Men, the original 5, plus I think maybe Havoc and Polaris at the time, but whatever, it wasn't working out. The sales were kind of floundering, so then they just kind of sunset that title. And then it wasn't Claremont. It was Lee Wen, I guess, the inventor of Wolverine, right?
Yep.
He was the one that wrote, and maybe Dave Cockrum or something like that.
Cockburn? Is it Cockrum or Cockburn?
I think it's Cockrum. Cockburn is something you gotta go see your doctor for.
Well, so Cockrum sounds like as well.
Yeah, the old runny cock.
Yeah. You got a runny cock. You better run.
Yeah.
To your nearest physician.
How did we say physician? Yes, but no, that was big because it was basically the X-Men as we now know it.
Yeah. The reveal of Cable and Strife's relationship.
Okay.
In Executioner song.
Where was Strife was known before Executioner song? Like the character of Strife, maybe not him.
He was
being
in the shadows.
Clone. Okay.
He was in the shadows, leading the MLF.
Okay.
The Mutant Liberation Front.
Right.
For people who don't know. That was cool. He was just oh, I'm the true. Well, no, on on the
him...
True, and like he was trying to make everyone think Cable was the clone.
Interesting.
And then of course he releases the Legacy virus,
right?
Which was a huge thing for a very long time,
right?
In in the X-Men world, yeah. Next up, is X-Men 25 with Wolverine getting his adamantium ripped out,
right?
Them going up to Asteroid M to like finally just be like, "Yo, Magneto, we're fucking done with you."
Yeah,
like
cut the shit.
Like that mission, it was a kill squad.
Yeah. It was a. This might be our final mission, X-Men.
Yeah, and then of course Cyclops was all like, "Professor, shouldn't the people who have been fighting this battle with Magneto, shouldn't we do this from the beginning? Go with you?" And he's like. And Xavier just looked at Cyclops and was like, no.
It's like, could you stop?
But I'm taking
stop
Jean.
For a minute?
Fuck you, I'm taking Jean with me.
Could you just fucking stop?
But yeah, like, Wolverine puts a hurting on Magneto. And Magneto in turn puts a fucking hurting on Wolverine, which this is actually the birth of Onslaught in this issue.
Yeah, but again, that was retconned.
I don't know. I think this was all.
I don't think.
I think it was.
Idea. No,
I think they did.
I don't think they. You're giving them a lot of credit.
But yeah, next up is the wedding of Cyclops and Jean.
Okay, nice.
I really dug this. A lot of cool moments in that. Like at this point, Cable was he was a legit outlaw of the law,
right?
And Val Cooper and him are talking, and he's like, "Oh, are you gonna arrest me?" She's like, "I didn't see you here."
Right.
Like, then of course you also have at that time you have Sabretooth living in the mansion.
Sabretooth living in the mansion.
Yeah,
okay.
but he's all like his claws have he's wearing these like cuffs that have his claws completely covered. And his mouth completely covered.
Okay.
And he's just like, yeah, he's like, even with this stuff on, I could still go down there and, like, mess up.
Sure.
And all of a sudden he gets his ass beat, and you see written in the snow, don't even think about it, bub. Because this is after Wolverine left, after his injury.
Okay.
So, like, he didn't want, like, Wolverine was just like, I don't want to be near the X-Men right now, because I'm going through some shit.
Right. And so somehow you turned this nice moment of Cyclops and Jean into Wolverine.
Well, no. Well, then, like, you also have, like, the cool moment of, like, Cyclops with, like, his groomsmen, and they're all sitting there trying to figure out how to fucking tie a bow tie.
Gotcha. Yeah, because they don't do that.
Yeah, you have, like, Beast, who has, like, 8 PhDs. Havoc, who could fucking just blow a hole through a wall. And then all of a sudden, like, Xavier just rolls in, and he's just like, do, here you go. Like, as he's
maybe
talking...
like, I've unlocked how to do this.
Yeah.
In your brain.
No, but he actually ties it for Cyclops and puts it on him.
Oh, okay.
Another really, like, sweet moment was, like, when most of the guests who didn't know that at that time that they were mutants was fucking, all of a sudden... Xavier's picked up from his chair, and he's him and Jean are dancing,
right?
Because she's using her telekinesis, and he's just like, "What are you doing?" He's like, and she's just like, "You brought me to the dance, like." You're just as much of a father as my father is.
Sure, yeah.
So it was actually a very cool issue.
Nice. Okay, cool.
There were a lot of cool things that happened in there.
And now this was Jean, right? This wasn't Madeline?
This was Jean,
gotcha.
yes. Cool. Yeah, Madeline at this point was dead. This was after Inferno and all
that
shit.
I didn't know the time. Stuff.
Cool. Another cool thing that came out of Fatal Attractions was Cable's return after Executioner song.
That was him returning?
Yeah, in X-Force 25.
Okay.
And, because at that point, they were in these, Cannibal was the leader, and he was just,
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
So, it was cool.
I do remember that, yes.
It was cool to see, especially Cannibal being like, why shouldn't I put you through a wall right now? Like, the fact that, like, he was, like, talking like that to Cable, who, like, he looked at as a father.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Next up, just the animated series. It's
Okay.
just, man, when that first hit, and that music first hit, and, you know, hearing, this one's for you, Morph, like, most ridiculous thing is Morph fucking saves the one
guy who would have survived
a fucking full blast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
Morph.
Wolverine, pull back.
Yeah, like, but like so many good like I was gonna try and do a top 10 of the cartoon. And I was like, there's just so much within those 75 episodes that I was just like, fuck it, the whole animated series.
Nice.
We're gonna go the video games. The X-Men Legends games.
Okay.
Really fucking
Nice.
good. Like, I mean, just playing these and just being like, oh man, these costumes are great. Like, the stories on both of them were really good.
Yeah. The first one was a very typical-ish X-Men tale, and the other one was some Age of Apocalypse kind of tie-ins and whatnot.
Yeah, which is cool.
And the good guys teaming up with the bad guys.
Yep. And then you have the ending, which could have set up for X-Men Legends 3, but we never got it, unfortunately.
The whole thing turned into, whatchamacallit, Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
Which, listen, that's
fine.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's fine.
Next up is the Age of Apocalypse world. Like, I know you and
I would
like
definitely, one of the most successful and iconic.
Yeah,
yes.
alternate realities.
Yep.
Just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not for them. For us as a reader, it was fun.
I agree.
Seeing all, like, these different versions of, like, you know, our Merry Mutants. And then, like, some of the humans as well. Like, it was a very cool reality to see. Like, a twisted, cool reality.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, is Colossus' sacrifice to get rid of the legacy virus.
Was this in a storyline, or was this like in like just a one-off or something?
Well, Beast was always working on.
No, I know, but was it part of like a saga, like a titled multi-phase arc, or was it just in like X-Men 415?
Yeah,
he kills himself.
I think it was like Uncanny X-Men.
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
Okay, gotcha.
Like when that happened, I was just like, God damn, that's rough.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
But then, of course, guess what? He comes back. So,
Gotcha.
astonishing.
I was about to say, he never came back.
Yeah, comics, everyone.
Comic books, everybody.
It was just fun. Like, yeah, it was good, but yeah, that is the top 10
That's
for
the
November.
I mean, you mean Tomvember?
Tomvember, yeah.
Tommy's favorite X-Men moments. We got one more to go in 2023.
I know.
December.
I know.
It's beginning to look a lot like X-Men. We'll see you then.
This has been a presentation of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network.
Oops.